This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network on
Good evening. Welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Halas Hall Report. Hey, so we got Woody, we have Sarah. Sarah always in such a great mood, as you can tell by her picture.
Mock draft.
Yeah, mock drafts. Let's not get to the mock drafts yet. Let's get to some good news. Spider-Man is staying in Chicago. So Kyler Gordon extended this last week. What do you think about the extension, Woody?
I love it. That was what we were talking about. He earned it. He had a great year filling in, with some of our defensive injuries and shit like that. So I'm glad, very happy.
So his contract will make him the highest paid slot corner in the league.
Ooh. What do you think of that, Sarah?
And they don't have
Yeah,
She didn't even know who Kyler Gordon is.
I don't.
Oh, get her off the show. Fuck. What the fuck?
I know who Chase Claypool is.
Oh my God. Go to sleep. Oh, that's right. You saw it.
It's too early to sleep.
No, but when I seen that, I don't fucking smile. And I did have a smile on my face, and Ken, we both agreed that we're gonna extend him, just how long, and to make him the highest paid. He must have did something good.
Well, I mean, his production from day one's been good. Considering Gordon, what did I do? I went wrong. Gordon has been a starter from jump, hasn't he? Pretty much.
Yep.
Drafted 3 years ago, so he's got 3 years in the league. Earned the extension for sure. I mean, he was a second round number 39 overall. He's been a starter from day one. Unfortunately, there's no over the cap doesn't have the contract in here yet. Because they're being slow. It's that off-season part, I guess. But yeah, he's in a big pay raise. He's been really good for the Bears since we got him. So his valuation has been high throughout his career. So yeah, I mean, good deal for Gordon. Solidifies the back. I mean, at least that's solidified now. It's just the safety room, man. I mean, the safety room. After this season, we have 0 safeties on the books.
Yep. Yep.
But
Brisker said he's 100. But how we as fans don't know how severe that concussion is. All we hear is what he's saying, what Ben Johnson's saying. He's going to be 100%. Blah blah blah. But is he one hit away? How severe was that concussion that he had?
Yeah, that's my worry. I mean, he's been posting all over X that he's ready to go. I mean, I don't know. I hope he is, because I think, Brisker Gordon as a duo have been really good for the Bears in the backfield. And that helps with Tyreek Stevenson. That helps with a couple other guys back there and makes them better. Because we really have to look at that in the linebacking core at the end of this year. For this upcoming season, we look good overall, and we still have to draft. And God, if I have to see another mock draft. But I would assume that we're probably going to take maybe at least a safety in the first 4 picks.
I can see that. Yep. No, because we're getting Genty the first pick.
God.
Fuck out of here.
You sure are.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. No, actually, the Vikings are going to trade up to 2 to take Genty.
We don't have picks to trade. Even if we trade all 4 of our picks, we can only move up to 17. That's the value of all 4 picks together.
Well, no, you're giving up your first rounder next year, too.
Oh, Jackson Dart will still be there at 17.
Why do we need Jackson Dart for?
Because you need a quarterback.
Huh? We don't need 4 quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of the draft. And unfortunately, we're talking about the draft every day in the morning show and the afternoon show. And just like, a week from tomorrow, people, a week from tomorrow it ends. Then you can start your mock drafts for next year.
A week from tomorrow, we'll hear that the Bears have selected Genty, and then we can hear for the next 2 weeks about how it was a terrible pick.
Oh.
I mean, look, I don't want Genty. I don't think he's the hype on this draft is just stupid because it's not a bad draft. Let me stop that. It's a solid draft full of solid players, but there aren't many guys that are like, oh, you got to have. In fact, I don't think there are really any players that are like, oh, you got to move up to get this guy. Genty is not a bad running back, but so if we took Genty, I wouldn't be pissed. But I would be happy. I think we could do better at other positions.
Well, that'll be 2 years in a row with a bad first round pick.
Yeah, well, Woody doesn't like Caleb, but that's okay.
Nope.
Yeah, Woody. So did you hear today? Caleb, you know how he was recently in like Esquire magazine or something, and so he was talking about how he had never lost so many games in college and so many games before, and so last season, when you guys went on that losing streak, he would just come home and get into bed and cry.
Oh my God.
Is that what you want to hear from your quarterback, Woody?
Yeah. Why would you cry?
Well, I mean, look, you can look at that. Oh my God, it's not manly, whatever, blah, blah. It's a Gen Z thing. But on the other hand, that's just how much he cares. It hurts him that much to lose. It affects him that much. The dude cares. But I did like the other quote. I'm not going to be friends with other quarterbacks in this league. I want to keep the competitiveness. I like that quote out of him. He's like, Jordan Love, what if he wants to be your friend? Fuck Jordan Love. I don't want to be his friend. I like that.
I think he was crying. I think he was crying because he got hit so much. He's hurting.
I know. I just don't want to hear my quarterback saying shit like that. It's cool if you do that. Just keep it to yourself.
No. Oh, yeah. I got you.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Sarah. It's like, you don't have to tell us everything. But, I mean, he cares that much. I mean, okay, fine. Well, hopefully, the crying stops this year, hopefully. Ask his girlfriend that, John. Ask his girlfriend that.
What if he goes home and cries and paints his toenails too?
I bet you he does. Because when I'm sad and I paint my nails pretty, it always makes me feel better.
Oh my goodness!
Especially when I throw on glitter. Ooh, sparkly.
So you wouldn't mind if Justin Jefferson paints his toenails and nails, right?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind because
Okay.
I'm a chick. I'm allowed to do that.
It's
Just
an attitude thing, Bill. What's the sprinter for the U.S., the 200 and 100 meter guy?
Noah something.
Yeah,
Carl
he
Williams.
his nails too.
Okay.
It's a younger dude. It's this younger generation, the Gen Z kids. They do that kind of thing. I mean,
No, I got nothing, and you're staying down there.
yeah. I mean, look. I mean, we had Dennis Rodman. Dennis did those kinds of things too back in the day.
Yeah, but Dennis. I mean, he did a lot of feminine shit, but when he was on the basketball court, there was nothing feminine about him.
Yeah, but I mean, so what do you see on the football field from Caleb that says that where's he feminine on the football field?
When he overthrows receivers. To be honest with you.
I mean, I really don't care what he does off the field, as long as he improves on the field. I mean, he showed improvement last year, which is what you want to see out of a.
Well, and I don't care what the players do off the field either. Just don't be saying shit like that out. Like, dude, you look and sound soft when you do shit like that.
Yeah, you give guys like John. I mean, John, when he heard that, he's like, "Oh boy, just think of the crap I'm going to be talking." You know, I mean, it gives your detractors something to say. Put it that way.
Like if JJ McCarthy said some shit like that, I'm like, dude, trade this motherfucking dude.
I mean, the problem is a lot of them are like that, though. It's a generational thing. I don't get it, but okay, whatever floats your boat, dude. As long as you win games, I don't care. So
cry all you want, just don't tell us that you cry.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's like I said this morning, like we've seen athletes cry all the time, but usually after they win a championship.
Oh.
But I mean, if they cry like Jordan, sobbing with the trophy after they won the whichever championship, all of them, I guess. That's different. But then again, he's an emotional guy. His emotions get high. He goes home and like, dude, go home and cry, but don't tell us you do it.
Right.
Like, I get that. I agree with you, but I'm like, well, I'm trying to look at the positive side. Like on the flip side, the guy cares. So he's emotional about it. He cares. Cool. Now why don't you take that feeling you hated and make sure you don't have that problem this year? Like you start winning games. Like start winning games. I think coaching has something to do with that, because he also talked about Flus and the dysfunctionality of the locker room last year and how that negatively affected the offense with the bad offense coordinator and then Flus and the frustrations. Hopefully Ben Johnson and crew fix that. I mean, I would hope they do. Or God, it's going to be
Woody, you sound agitated.
Yeah, my dogs are going crazy.
You're fighting up here. Go ahead, Jake. Go downstairs.
So yeah, I'd like to see. I mean, right now the Bears are sitting at $9 million in cap space. So 72 players signed, $9 million cap space. That's probably your draft.
And then you're gonna need camp bodies too.
Well, that's what they've already got. That they've got 72 people signed. So you've already got a bunch of camp bodies there, because you're going to get what, 5 or 6 more bodies from the draft. How many draft picks we got?
7. So it'd probably be 11, like 10 to 11 million maybe for rookies.
About close. Well, right about the 9 mil mark. They're right on it. So you're going to have 79 people at camp under contract, but you can be over the cap during camp as long as you're cap compliant by week 1. So even if, say, the draft picks cost you 11, you're still going to be cap compliant because you've got about 20 guys that you currently have on your roster. And let's say you average $1 million per, or damn close to it. Look at the numbers; it's so close to $1 million. So you're just going to have like 10, 15 mil, let's say, after you cut down to a 53-man roster. So they're going to have money to, for injuries, for trade deadline. They'll have some money left. They've done a good job at managing the cap. Pretty good job. Quezzy's done a good job. I mean, I think all the GMs in the North have done a good job at managing their cap. So the Bears are going to be sitting okay. It's going to be a good division. I'm just wondering, which way is Poles going here at 10? Is it Genty? Is it Warren? Is it best available player?
Or is it Walker?
Shador
Yeah.
Sanders.
No.
He's the next Joe Burrow.
Okay.
I'm interested in seeing which teams are gonna trade during the draft.
I don't know. I don't get the sense that that teams are gonna be trading up.
Yeah, I don't. I have the same sense. This is not. No one's really. I mean, this draft excitement for this draft is just terrible. Maybe it's because it's in Green Bay and people are like, "What's fucking Green Bay?"
Like there isn't a player where I would be willing to give up next year's draft capital to go up and get.
Yeah, and even if you're looking at the teams that really need quarterbacks, it's like, are you really gonna go up for them? I mean, I just don't see like who's thirsty enough, if you will, to move up.
And the quarterbacks that are in this draft, I feel like they're just going to be like the 2021 prospects where they're all just going to be a bunch of failures. Man, I mean.
Well, I'm going to take a chance here. The only team I would think maybe might move up because they need a quarterback and running back, maybe Pittsburgh. They can wait for Dart. I have the last 2 mock drafts. I have them getting Dart. They could maybe trade up to get Hampton.
I think if they stay at 21, they'll be able to get Hampton.
So the Titans are probably going to take a quarterback, right? They're going to take the kid from right?
That's what we're all assuming, but
the Browns went and signed Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco, right? So I mean,
and there's rumors,
confusing.
And there's rumors of them, trading Nick Chubb, which is crazy.
So I mean, could they be the surprise and they take Genty at 2?
It would be such a Brown thing to do to take Genty at 2. It would be stupid as fuck, but it would be a Browns thing. Stay.
I mean, because the Giants, the quarterback, but they went and got Winston and Wilson. The Patriots.
Believe it or not, Giants with them picking up Winston and Wilson really changed that draft around. If I were the Giants, I maybe pick Hunter up from Colorado as well.
Yeah, but he might retire if you don't let him. He's going to retire if you don't let him play both sides of the ball.
That'll be the day a college guy didn't even play a pro snap yet, making those accusations.
No, that's what he said.
I know. Just like Caleb Williams says, I know what I'm worth. But anyway, I did my last mock draft. I actually have with Vrabel in New England. He likes those 2 running backs. I have him picking Genty or an offensive lineman.
They would be dumb not to take a tackle.
Well, I mean, but their needs, so according to is this NFL.com? No, CBS Sports. The Patriots need an offensive tackle, interior offensive line, wide receiver, edge, tight end, running back, and D-line. So, I mean, running back is in their needs, and Vrabel likes running backs. And I was thinking the Giants because, they want their Saquon, their next Saquon. He's not a need. That's not a position of need for them, really. But I could see that doing it. The Raiders could take them. Yeah. They need a running back. The Jets won't. The Panthers won't, probably. The Saints, they could.
The Saints need a quarterback, too.
I love with the Bears. They have kicker as a need for the Bears.
My last mock, I have New Orleans picking Warren up.
According to CBS, the Bears need defensive line, cornerback, safety, wide receiver, kicker, offensive tackle, and edge. Now, obviously, we got the guards and the tackle done, and and we went edge. So I mean, corner, safety, wide out, kicker is what they think we really still need to draft. Like kicker, really? I mean, yeah.
Well, your kicker was blocked several times.
So Santos, like from under 50, he's pretty much automatic minus the blocks, which there were 2 last year. I don't think they're going to draft a kicker. You're going to be able to get kickers undrafted with strong legs. Bring them in. The problem is this, and I said this a couple weeks ago. Under 50, he's pretty much automatic. He's got to get more height. If he can fix that in camp, under 50, he's automatic. With some of these long guys who are, they can do 65, yeah, but they miss the 38 yarders. They can make a 65 yarder, but 42? Well, hold on, maybe, so they get problematic. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think you need to draft a kicker. You can sign in UDFA. Is there a kicker coming out of the college ranks that's, oh my God, gotta have, that you can't get as an as an undrafted free agent UDFA? Oh, excuse me.
Not that I know of.
So I mean, the Bears don't need a tight end, but then when you hear like Ben Johnson, when he talks about Warren is a football player. You can do any, you can do this, you can do that. Like, I kind of think he wants to get Warren. You see some reports, Poles loves Gentry. I don't know if he does or doesn't. He hasn't really said anything, but I think the Bears can still go anywhere.
Oh.
I don't want Gentry. I think honestly, I think you can go in the second round and get a good running back.
No.
If you can, I think in the second round, I think if you wait till the second round, you have a shot at a good running back. Still, like,
I'm sorry, I would get my safety before a running back.
Yeah,
I think
you're gonna have.
Hunter is
Go ahead, Sharon.
so arrogant to say, well, if I can't play both ways, I'm just going to retire. I think he's going to have a welcome to the NFL moment a couple of times.
Well, hey, if you want to ruin your career before you started, hey, get your college degree and go work.
Like, I think Omari and Hampton might be there in the second round when the Bears pick. Here's a good shot. I've done I did a mock last week where I got him in the second. ProFootballRumors.com did their mock. They have the Titans taking Cam Ward at 1. They have the Browns going wide receiver with Travis Hunter at 2.
I don't know why people think he's a good wide receiver. I thought he was like, nah, but I didn't.
He's a better cornerback.
Yeah, like I if he comes in as a wide receiver, I don't see him being anywhere in the top 5 as a wide receiver. He's not better than Jamar Chase. He's not better than Justin Jefferson. He's not better than A.J. Brown. He's not better than St. Brown. He's not better than C.D. Lamb.
Well, that's the kind of draft class we've got. They had 3. They have the Giants taking an offensive line. Outside linebacker Abdul Carter. The Pats they have taken Will Campbell, tackle. The Jags, Mason Graham, defensive tackle, Michigan. The Raiders taking Gentry. The Jets taking Armand Membo, tackle, Missouri. The Panthers taking linebacker Jalen Walker from Georgia. The Saints taking Dart at 9.
Wow.
So Shador, Dart going before Shador. And they have
that's just dumb as hell.
And he has the Bears taking Tyler Warren. That's what that's where we're at for the top 10 from ProFootballRumors.com.
This is a bad draft class. I would just roll with Spencer Rattler and draft a quarterback next year. That's just beyond dumb.
I agree with Steve. There's too much hype on Genty. And you know what I hate hearing from Genty, I said it this morning, is like, oh, but he's generational. Well, 2 years ago, Bijan Robinson was generational. Last year, Caleb was generational. And Marvin Harrison was generational. Damn, Broski going to the third round to call the shot for the Steelers. Well, Broski, you got to be happy with that draft I just read from NFL Rumors.com with the Bears getting Tyler Warren at number 10. I like it. I think there's a lot the Bears could do with it. But this draft is just so meh.
Like the wide receivers from this class, like, would you take Ted over Neighbors, over Marvin, over Rome, over BTJ? No.
It's just like,
and he's supposedly the best receiver in the class. In this draft. I would take him.
Like, I would be like, oh, hell no. But, I mean, if you need, like, if they need a receiver, okay, maybe they figured out the quarterback with the draft, with the signing. So I would rather look at the Browns need line. They need some other things more than a receiver at 2, but because they still got Jerry Jeudy, right?
Yep.
No, Cleveland, yeah.
Yeah, they got Jerry Jeudy. So why?
Jake,
I mean, you can get a draft. You wait till the second round and get a receiver.
No.
Or they'll take that big guy out of Arizona.
Like they would actually, if you're Cleveland, you're probably better taking Warren than taking the receiver at 2. To be honest.
I mean, I don't know why they would take Abdul Carter. I mean, if they have him paired up with Myles Garrett, they would have. I mean, that would be deadly defense.
Well, I think some teams are with Abdul Carter's injury. We'll see how far he drops.
Well, I mean, they have the Giants taking him at 3. I don't know.
Like if I was a team and I'm drafting Travis Hunter, I'm drafting him to play cornerback. I'm giving him no, you ain't playing wide receiver. If you don't like it, you can retire.
Yeah, it's just I love all these people who are making visits to the teams and people are getting hyped on it. Like these teams are seeing basically anyone can go in the 30 guys within the first 2 rounds basically.
Like it's such a weak class that nobody has a consensus on who is the top pick.
Well, no, I think everyone thinks Cam is going to be the number 1 pick.
Yeah, but it's only because that team needs a quarterback. If that team didn't need a quarterback, he wouldn't even be the top pick.
Yeah, yeah. But after that, though, it's like throw a dart at the board. You know what, Steve? Well, we're on Bears Twitter, Bears X, if you will, and there are quite a few fans who are lobbying hard for Genty. So I think if the Bears get Genty, I think you got about a third of the fan base would be, oh my God, we got the best running back in the draft. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You got a third that'll be like, oh man, I can't believe we did that. Guys like Broski. And then you got a third that'll be like, okay, let's see what it is. And I think that there's a third, no matter who the Bears pick, would be like, okay. They won't be happy. They won't be pissed. They'll be just like, okay. So I mean, Genty. You get some guys in Bears swear like, oh my God, this guy's generational. He sheds tackles like nobody. And then why isn't he being talked about going number one?
Because of the conference he's in.
Yeah. Well, you bring that up and like, oh, but that's such a bad argument. Josh Allen came from a small school in a small conference. Yeah, but it took 3 years for him to become a good pro. You don't have 3 years with a running back. If I'm taking the guy at 10, he needs to be a day one starter, not a project.
Anywhere in the top 10.
Yeah. But I mean, the Raiders really need a running game. They have none. So there are a couple teams where I can see Genty going before the Bears. But Joe on the morning show, he's a Raiders fan. He's like, no, please. Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing. Let's say he gets past the Raiders. Let's say the Raiders don't take Genty.
Dallas will probably want to trade up with us.
Nope, you guys are going to trade up to 7.
Do they try to make a trade with the Jets?
Yep, you guys are going to trade with the Jets to go get Genty.
Fuck yourself.
I don't really particularly like to.
I think, or the Cowboys maybe make a trade with Carolina at 8, so Carolina can get some more capital.
Carolina needs defense.
They've got defense, but they can they could get Jalen Walker at 12, probably.
Oh no, they need a weapon.
They do.
Their number 1 wide receiver is a 35-year-old.
That's what I'm saying. So like, I would if I'm Dallas, I'm going to Carolina. Give me 8 for 12, and then we'll give you a second rounder and a first rounder next year.
I'd be like, this year or you don't move up. I don't want next year.
I mean, how far up in this draft do you think the Cowboys would have to go if they really want Genty?
7 with the Raiders.
No, 7 would be the Jets.
I mean, 7 the Jets. I mean,
And
if
he thinks they want Warren as well.
I've seen Warren mock to the Jets.
Yeah,
I don't know why. They don't have a quarterback to throw him the ball.
Yeah, but the Jets need an offensive line. They need an offensive line. Like, they've got a good running back. They've got a good receiver. Warren would help them at tight end, but they need an O-line to keep Fields from having to run the ball 3,000 times a week. So you get a tackle in there protecting his blind side.
No, they drafted a tackle last year at 11.
Yeah, they need another one. You got 2 tackles you need.
someone needs a block for Fields when he runs.
Yeah.
He should just convert into a running back. He probably have a longer career.
So he would be at right. He would be at right tackle if they took Membu. I mean, they'd have a good offensive line finally. But I mean, what do you think? Dallas trade with the Jets? I could see that at 7.
Dallas needs offensive line too. They lost a couple of offensive linemen.
Yeah, but they're thirsty for a running back.
They have no running back.
They got what's that dude?
Old
that was on the
overrated.
Eagles, and then he went to the Panthers.
I hate to say it, but Amari and Hampton, if might go to that 12 to Dallas if Genty's off the board at 6.
But then Dallas might think what the Bears are doing at 10.
Do you think we take if the Raiders were to take at 6, take Genty? Do you think the Bears would take Hampton at 10?
I still say no. Not first pick.
I think you would be wasting a pick.
This board is hard to look at, though, because like you said, Sarah, there's no consensus anything. It's like there's a bunch of good tackles, some good edge guys, some linebackers. There are some really good safeties in this draft. It's just really hard. And like what we all judge as top 10 and the Mel Kipers of the world usually isn't what the GMs are thinking. They got their own metric system they're looking at for what they need for their team. So who knows what Poles has these guys on his board? I'd like to see what his board look. You know what? I would love to see what Poles' board was pre-draft. Show me after the draft, obviously. I want to know what his board looked like for the draft when it's over.
Yep, I like to be a fly on that wall in that war room.
Last year, they knew coming into the draft that they wanted Caleb and Rome. No questions. He almost traded up to take Rome, but they had a feeling the Giants would take Neighbors, and they did. And so they didn't jump up to get him. I'm wondering what his board is like this year. I would think Warren's on that board. I would have to think God, it's so screwy, the top 10. I mean, we're not going quarterback, but look at Jalen Walker. I wouldn't be mad if he survived us. I don't think we're taking a tackle.
I'm glad we don't pick until the 20s.
I have Starks going to you guys.
This is a good draft for you guys to be picking late, honestly. From the draft is these top 10 picks are expensive comparatively speaking. Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of like, really this year I'm just
I bet you there's going to be a bunch of teams that are wanting to trade back and they can't because they don't have trading partners.
Everyone wants to trade back this year and get draft capital for next year, which hopefully will be a better draft. But this draft is terrible. I mean, Genty, no thanks. I'd rather not. But if, let's say, Warren's off the board and there isn't a safety that's worthy of picking that early, okay, maybe I can see why we would take Genty if he's still there, which will make Broski mad, make other people go, oh, look, we told you. It's because there's no one else left. I don't know. I don't know why they're hyping Genty so much up in this draft too.
Yeah, I was watching this dude who was the way he breaks tackles is so amazing. It's never seen before. I'm like, dude, he was playing against a bunch of
yeah. It's just, like I said, the college playoff, and I don't like Penn State at all. But if you look at Boise State's schedule, Penn State was the best team they played, even close, all year. Look at their schedule that they played.
Well, now I feel doomed. Mel Kiper has the Bears getting Tyler Warren at 10. He has the Saints taking Shedeur Sanders instead of Dart. The Panthers taking Walker. The Jets taking Membu. That's the same as the other draft. The Raiders taking Genty. The Jags taking defensive tackle Mason Graham. The Pats taking Will Campbell. The Giants taking Abdul Carter. The Browns taking Travis Hunter, the dual threat guy, and then Cam Ward to the Titans. It's almost actually it's the exact same as the NFL trade rumors draft.
I have Giants picking Travis Hunter.
We got some other news here. Hold on, let me bring this up. This just happened while we've been on air. This broke. T.J. Edwards just agreed to a 2-year, $20 million extension with $16.6 million fully guaranteed per Ian Rappaport.
There you go. See?
This was the final year of his contract, so 2 more years after this year. So a 2-year deal.
Isn't he the guy that you guys got from the Bills?
No, Eagles.
Eagles.
No, Tremaine Edmonds who
Oh,
we got from
yeah.
the Bills.
And yeah, it's funny because he's the one making all the money, but Edwards has all the stats. But
Yeah, that's so we talked about it last couple months. Those are the 2 players on defense that we needed to extend because they deserve it. Edwards, leading tackler the last couple of years. Gordon played a hell of a year. You know, even with Brisker out, you know how they had Brisker with these, safety blitzes and stuff. Kyler Gordon, he was in that backfield a lot this year.
so still left that this is Rappaport. The Bears could still be looking before the draft or shortly after to extend Tooney, Byard, Billings, Brisker, and Braxton Jones to long-term deals. I wouldn't be too upset with that. But nice to see that we got Edwards now for 2 more seasons, so that solidifies the linebacking core a little bit because now with Edmonds I think has 2 more years left on it. Let me see what Edmonds has.
He signed a 4-year, didn't he?
It might be this. Yeah, he's good through 26.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll get a restructure / extension at some point. So yeah, so another extension. Bears got some more extending to do. What do you think about? I mean, Brisker. That's got to be a tough one if you're Poles.
You got to trust in it. You got to trust in him. Got to trust in the doctors.
Yeah.
I mean, the doctors must have told him something that he was 100%.
I mean, how much would you? Let's say you get him on a 4-year. You do a 3-year extension, 3 or 4 year extension. How much of that would you guarantee?
Oof.
1 year. I would do more of a year to year.
Yeah, but
he won't.
Other
do a
teams
year
will get. Yeah, other teams will snag him. He'll go to other teams probably.
So, like with Brisker, that's the question. Like, I don't know how much you'd want to guarantee if you're Poles because let's say he has another really bad concussion like last year and now he has to hang up the cleats. The NFL does protect. You do get some relief on the cap from that. But the guaranteed part, you don't. I don't think. I think you just bite that. So, do you guarantee a season and a half worth of a 4-year deal?
I'd say 3-year, 30 million, 18 million guaranteed.
Let me see. Where's he at?
How many concussions has he had?
One big one.
He's had some other smaller injuries over the last 3 seasons. He has missed time. His valuation right now is at about 2.4 mil a year. So, or 4, yeah, about that. But when he was playing last year, though, up through week 4, you probably say he was worth almost 10 mil a year. So, yeah, I mean, maybe you do 4 years of 40, 4 years of 40, and you guarantee 18, like basically almost 2 years of it. And after year 2, that's your out. That's going to be a risk though with Brisker. And then Tooney, how long do you extend Tooney for? I mean, he hasn't shown any signs of slowing down. He's still playing really well. Is it a 3-year extension, 2-year extension? How big of an extension do you give Tooney?
Oh boy, how old is he?
I knew you were going to ask him. I was about to look that up for you. Hold
I
on.
think like 32. I thought.
I only
He's
give him
old because he won a Super Bowl with the
33.
Patriots.
9 seasons in the league, selected in the 3rd round in 2016 by the Pats. 33 years old, so maybe a 2-year extension? Or a 3 where you can kind of like get out after 2? He's making $15.5 million this year. Well, that's his base. His cap number is $16 million. Yeah, but you know what I've noticed though, Sarah, with these offensive linemen, all the good ones are in their 30s. That seems to be when they hit their stride is like late 20s, early 30s. So I guess the question is, I don't know, what would you extend Tooney to, Woody?
I'd do it. He's 33.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only extend him 2 years.
Do you fully guarantee it, or give him like?
No.
Right, what are you doing? Like 2 years, 30 mil, or 2 years, 32 mil? How much of that are you guaranteeing?
21.
Okay. And that's if you can get him for 32, because like he's making 31 over 2 years, over his last 2 years now. So, yeah, but he's making 16 mil this year. So, yeah, he's a interesting case. And then, so the Bears got some work left to do besides the draft. I was happy. That's good news to see Edwards got extended today. So we've extended 2 guys within the last week. I'm pretty happy with that.
Huh?
Now we just need to get a couple other signings done here.
She slept in our bed last night. Her bed last night. You ever slept all night?
Yeah, 20 mil over 2 years, not bad. Kyler Gordon, what was his contract again?
It's only 3 years. Didn't have
Who's
the
the
number.
wide receiver 3?
$40 million, was for him.
Who's our wide receiver 3?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Keenan Allen didn't get signed. So right now, Tyler Scott.
Yeah, Scott. Or whoever they're going to draft. Or whoever they're going to, they're going to have to draft. Yeah, right now. And that's the other thing, too. Keenan Allen's still sitting out there. So is there a chance you think Keenan Allen comes back?
It depends if the Rams signed Devontae, so that depends on how much Chargers want him back. Said he only wanted to go play with 2 teams.
Yeah, right now you're looking at the Bears wide receiving room has got a lot of nobody and a little something. Samori Torrey, Tyler Scott, DJ Moore, Miles Boykin, Devin Duvernay, Roma Dunze, Almade Zacchaeus, Maurice Alexander, John Jackson III. That's your wide receiving room as is now. So I would think they're going to bring another wide receiver in.
And Dunnervay, he could play a good receiver, but he's most likely are going to be our returner.
Right.
But he did play a good wide receiver in Baltimore.
At running back, you've got Roshan Johnson, Ian Wheeler, Travis Homer, and DeAndre Swift. And they were high. The coaching staff that was there last year was high on Ian Wheeler, but I don't know what the new coaching staff is going to feel about him. Fans liked him too last year before he got injured. So that's going to be a little interesting there. I think, though, we're going to have to do something with safeties. I mean, Byard, this is the last year of his deal. I don't know if we bring him back. How much? Jonathan Owens is cheap. Maybe we bring. I would bring Jonathan Owens back.
You better play better.
I mean, but dude, for as a backup, he's worth the 1.3 million or the 1.4 mil we pay him. I'm sorry, his cap number last year was 1.8. His cap number this year is 1.9. I mean, he's worth 2 mil a year as a backup. I don't like him as an everyday starting safety, but the dude is solid. So I wouldn't mind bringing him back, but he's not solving my safety issue next year. Next offseason, I should say. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we got some things to think about between now and next Thursday. Of course, we've got Sunday and Thursday. We'll probably talk about it some more. So don't forget Sunday at 11 a.m. Central, noon on the East. Woody, myself, and maybe Broski and Sarah and Mike, because he'll be back from Vegas, and the other Mike, because he might be back from Carolina. We'll be back to talk about this next Wednesday, of course. We'll be back here again to talk about it. And, of course, the morning show every day and the afternoon show every day. We're probably talking about the draft. I just wish the draft could get here. I am tired of hearing about the draft. Just please, can we draft already? I'm just wondering, like this draft to me, really, I'm just not excited for it. There's nothing that makes me excited about this draft. Anything making you excited about this draft, Woody, besides the fact that it might be over a week from Thursday?
The only thing that makes me excited about this draft is it's the first time in a long time Bears can go in and pick the best available player.
I agree with that. What about you, Sarah?
I'm just like waiting for the draft to happen so that once the draft is done, then rookie mini camp and then mini camp and then the season kind of gets started.
Yeah, I'm ready to get the ball rolling too. I'm dreading June and July. It's gonna be slow.
Yep.
But I mean, I just wish that this is a draft too. Like Woody said, this is the first time. Got at least a decade, maybe, Woody.
Yeah.
Where we able to just take whatever we want. Maybe longer than that. The last couple of years we kind of knew what the Bears would be looking for. This year, yeah, I don't know. And they give such great signals.
I'm just glad that this is the year that we don't need a quarterback. It would suck if you're a team that needs a quarterback for this year.
Yeah, that's where the division's good right now. Division's good on quarterbacks. That's at least one thing we can say. How good they are, we'll see. Right? Because, I mean, for you guys in Minnesota, there's a lot riding on JJ being at least decent, right, his rookie year. His second year, but his rookie year in terms of playing. And then, the golf community and the Love community. Love's got to either, this is the turn year 3. He's either going to be the long-term really good guy or he's just going to be a decent quarterback. And for Goff, it's like, can you right the ship after what happened then last year? So, I mean, they're not without – and Chicago, can Caleb take another step forward? Or is he going to have a slump? So, I mean, it's not like our quarterbacks are without questions. They all have questions. But at least we know we don't have to worry about drafting one this year or probably next year.
Yeah, that's the thing I want to know about this division. Detroit losing all their coaches. See how effective still have pretty much the same players, but
they got
new coaches, so we'll see.
Well, Woody, they got McCormick, the salt shaker, the architect and grandfather of their offense. He taught Ben Johnson everything.
Wow. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, remember that awesome offense that he ran with the Jets?
Yeah.
I
mean, I think they're gonna, even if they don't necessarily change much with the offense or defense there, it's just the fact that you have different play callers who are going to call different types of plays at key moments of the games at what their guys they had called. and that's going to be an adjustment. And we'll see if they're as good or not. But I think they're still a good football team. They're going to win a lot of games unless they look at if their coordinators just completely full of bears and shit the bed, then they're going to have a rough year. They can go from first to worst. Predicting this division this year is going to be interesting. I think
Yeah, it could be a total flop, like switch.
I think all 4 teams are fully capable of winning upwards of 10 games. Just the question is, will they? And will there be a coaching staff that doesn't work out? Is there going to be a flaw with Ben Johnson's coaching staff that they're going to still be searching at the end of the year? Or is it going to be in Detroit? Or what's going to happen in Green Bay? If people figured out that defense, that new defense they ran last year, and what's Jordan Love going to do? And for Sarah, it's like, all right, what's JJ going to be? We just got rid of Darnold. We got rid of all the backups we had. It's all new quarterbacks, except, JJ was here last year learning, but how good is he going to be? I think he's going to be fine, though. I think he was going to win that starting job last year. This may have been a blessing in disguise for them. Who knows?
But you think Minnesota would have had their record with JJ behind the center?
No, that's why I think it was a blessing in disguise. He learned a lot last year. Let's not kid ourselves. He learned a lot being around the team. He learned a lot. So it was a good learning experience. He won't make some of the same rookie mistakes that we saw out of the rookie quarterbacks overall last year. So he should have a better first year starting year, kind of like Jordan Love did. Maybe not as good as Jordan Love, but he definitely learned a thing or two.
No, they said that they had GoPro mounted to Sam Darnold's helmet so that he can do the VR stuff and see how the calls are played. I mean, how the calls are, how the plays are called. Sorry, how the plays are called, and see how the defenses line up and all that. So even though he wasn't on the field, he got a lot of mental reps.
Yeah. That's going to help him. So I don't think he's going to have some of the same rookie errors. I mean, obviously different live, and he'll get some different looks out of the Bears defense than they got last year. And same in Detroit, some different looks. Green Bay will be pretty close. They'll put some new wrinkles in, but it'll be close.
And the defensive players were saying how after he got injured, then he went to the defensive players and he started learning more about the defense and stuff like that. So that because he doesn't have shit to do, So
that's what I'm saying. I think it was a blessing in disguise for him, to be honest.
And is he going to be 100% after his injury?
They're saying he will, but we'll never know that until the end of the year.
Yes, Storm, we hear you.
On Sarah's terrible mock draft note.
Yep, we'll see you guys on Sunday morning for the Halas report. And don't forget, you can see myself and Sarah and a bunch of other people tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central, 11 on the East. Everyone have a great day, and remember,
Packers suck.
Bear down.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.